खलकल insana min salsalin kalfakar. He created man from clay like pottery. Every living thing in this universe is created by Almighty Allah. He made every living thing from water and clay or mud. So we can say that the start of life started from water and mud, that's from ocean and water bodies. Welcome in Biology Loving Life. We offer best lectures and guidance in subject of biology in various grades, that from grade 9, 10, 11 and 12 O and A level system. So first of all we will define what is biology. Biology is the combination of two words. One is bio and second one is logi. Bio means life, the things which are living, and logi means to study about. So we can say that biology is the study of life, in which we study about the living things, their characteristics, their life processes, which are related with the life of all the living organisms, including animals, plants, microbes, etc. So the question is, what is life? Basically, we study about the life in the field of biology, then we must know that what is life. Life have no proper definition. Life is basically the combination of certain characteristics. The living organisms showing these characteristics are called living, and these characteristics differentiate the living things or life from the non-life or non-living things. These basic features are: number one, respiration. Respiration is basically the basic characteristic of living organism. All the living organisms have the ability to respire. Actually, they respire in order to produce energy, which is utilized for their life processes or life activities. Second one is nutrition. Nutrition is way of getting food. All the living organisms need food in order to produce energy and sustain their lives. On the basis of nutrition, living things are divided into two main groups. One is the autotroph and second one is the heterotroph. Autotrophs are the organisms which can prepare or produce their own food, like plants, algae, and some photosynthetic bacteria. While the second group is heterotroph, which are not able to produce their own food. They get their food from other sources like plants, animals, etc. For example, human beings, all the animals, these are included in this heterotroph group. Third characteristic is excretion. All the living organisms, when do the process of respiration or get nutrition, they produce some metabolic waste. Waste are always toxic, and their concentration in the body may damage the cells, tissues, etc. So excretion is also the main important characteristic of living organism. by which they remove the waste material produced in their bodies to the environment, that is excretion. The next one is growth. Growth means to increase in size. All the living organisms, when get food, they grow in their size, and it is also the characteristic feature of living organism. For example, when we sow a seed, this seed grow and forms small seedling, and after few months this seedling is converted into a small tree or small plant. This thing is called growth. Next one is movement. Movement is the ability to move the different body parts of a living organism. Along with movement, there is also a second term which is called as locomotion. Locomotion means to move completely from one place to another place. All the living organisms have the ability of movement. Among these, plants are only able to show movement. For example, they move their flowers, they move their leaf, etc., in order to track the sunlight or solar energy. We can also take the example of a plant which is called as touch me not. When we touch that plant, it will move its leaf or droop its leaf. It is also the example of movement. Plant roots always show movement toward the gravity, and stem and branches always show the movement above the ground toward the light. While locomotion is the characteristic feature of only living or only animals, they can locomote from one place to another place in search of food, in search of shelter, etc. Next characteristic is sensitivity. Sensitivity means to feel the changes taking place inside the body or outside the body in the environment. For example, we are sensitive to high intensity light, we are sensitive to high temperature, low temperature, we are also sensitive to hot and cold objects, so we can sense these things and show response. We are also able to feel the pain in our abdomen. It is also the example of sensitivity. So all the living organisms are always sensitive. They can feel the changes taking place in their environment or inside their body. Plants are also sensitive. For example, touch me not plant is sensitive to touch. When we touch the leaf of or branches of the touch me not plant, it will close its leaf. Next and last one is the reproduction. Reproduction is that feature by which living organisms can produce their offspring in order to continue their generation and continue their life. So reproduction is important characteristic of living organism in order to continue their generation or in order to continue their race. These six features, which are respiration, nutrition, excretion, growth, movement, and sensitivity, these are vital for the survival of any living organism. But the last characteristic, which is reproduction, it is not vital for the survival of any organism, but it is vital for the survival or continuity of the generation or race. So this characteristic is also considered as the basic important characteristic of life. So these features distinguish the living things from the non-living things, and the organisms which we study about the study in the biology, they show these features. So this is all about for today's lecture. If you like our presentation, then like and subscribe our channel. Thanks.